When people look at me now, sitting in my glass-walled office on the 43rd floor, wearing a tailored navy suit with the city skyline steaming in silver light behind me, they see Helena Montez, 35 years old, senior bank executive, a woman they think was born for success. But none of them saw the years I spent swallowing other people's victories, working late while the credit for my ideas wandered to someone else's mouth. They never saw the moment my own sister, blood of my blood, looked me straight in the eye and smiled while taking the promotion I had earned, the one I had bled for. It happened 5 years ago. The boardroom smelled of fresh coffee and betrayal. My hands were cold despite the thick summer air. They announced her name, not mine, and she hugged me as if she had not carved my future out of my chest. I said nothing then. I let her have that hollow crown. Because I had already decided what my real crown would be. You see, I do not waste my anger. I bank it. Just like the millions I have moved quietly from one opportunity to another over the years, my rage waits in the dark until the time is right. She thought she had won. She even called me weeks later asking for advice on how to handle leadership challenges. I gave her enough to make her feel superior, but not enough to save her when her mistakes came crashing in. I watched her burn bridges with clients I nurtured for years. I watched her sign deals with terms sharp enough to cut her reputation apart. And when she was drowning in scandal of her own making, I was the one the board called to steady the ship. Walking into that same boardroom, hearing my heels clip against the marble, smelling the faint perfume of fear, I took her chair without asking, and the silence was sweeter than champagne. She sat across from me now, stripped of her title, her smile gone. Her eyes darting to the exit as if escape was possible. My voice was calm as I outlined the recovery plan, each bullet point a reminder that I had long since surpassed her. She knew it too. What she did not know was that I had used every ounce of her betrayal as fuel, reworking my strategies late into the night, taking meetings she never knew existed, building alliances she had overlooked. By the time the board dismissed her, my roots were deep enough in the foundation of that bank that no one could shake me loose. Revenge is not loud. It is silent and patient. I did not destroy her with shouting or accusation. I let her own hands finish what she started, and when she was broken, I extended the smallest shred of help, just enough for her to know she owed me forever. And here's the thing. The victory was never about one seat at one table. It was about reclaiming my name from her shadow, about letting my family see that the sister they underestimated could rule without touching the fire she thought would burn me. If you love Helena's journey, like and subscribe to join her next chapter. I walked out of that building on the day she was removed, and the wind off the river carried the scent of rain, sharp and cleansing. My phone buzzed. It was my mother. Her voice was thin when she asked if I could speak to my sister, if I could be kind. I remembered all the years they told me she was the pretty one, the smart one, the one meant for bigger things. I remembered Christmas dinners where I was barely asked about my work, where she was praised endlessly for her drive. And I remembered the quiet nights alone, poring over market trends, making bold moves no one applauded. I told my mother that I had already helped her more than she knew, and that some lessons must be learned cold. I do not know if my mother heard the steel in my voice, but I know my sister did. Because months later, she sent me a message asking if I had any positions for her in my department. My reply was short. I told her I could offer a staff position 3 levels below mine, with no guarantees for promotion. She took it. And every morning now, she walks past my door, eyes down, the sounds of her footsteps clipped fast as if the hallway itself has teeth. I keep my window shades half open so she can see me in the sunlight, commanding the floor like I was born to do. But I was not born to do this. I built myself into it, brick by brick, betrayal by betrayal. I have learned that justice tastes best when it is served plain and cold, without sweetness, without pity. Standing at the top was never my ultimate aim. The aim was to make every person who counted me out see me where they never wanted me to be. And still I am not done. My ambition has no ceiling. That chair my sister once warmed was only a step. My eyes are already on the seat of the Chief Executive Officer. Mark my words, soon I will claim that too. And perhaps then she will understand that the day she took my promotion was the day she planted the seed of her own defeat. Hell, maybe she will thank me for it, though we both know gratitude is a language she never learned. But that is fine. I speak it fluently to myself. Every night, when I look out over the city lights and remember that I spent years unheard, unseen, underestimated, until I taught them exactly who Helena Montez is. If you want to hear how I take the next seat and the risks I am willing to crush along the way, stay tuned, because my story is far from over.